$1,000 in the bank originally. And $1,000 in the bank back in 17, whoops, not 19, back in, I believe it was 1799, and he left it to his future relatives or children or whatever. And I guess, let's see, and let's keep in mind we're in 2000, well, at least I'm doing this problem right now in 2014. So the problem with this answer is there's no real definite answer here, but keep in mind, you know, it's earning 5% interest. So that means that the first year it's going to get, you know, he's going to have $1,000. Okay, then in 17 or in the 1800, whoops, we're going to take that $1,000 and we're going to add 5% of 1,000. So, right? So, and I just wanted to kind of show you this. We're going to take $1,000 and we're going to add 5% of 1,000 more, right? Of 1,000. So when we do that, we're going to get 1,000. Whoops, let's turn that on. 1,000 plus 5%, which is 0.05 times 1,000. And that's going to be $1,050. And so, wow, 5% is pretty good interest. I mean, that's not bad. Okay, you just $1,000 is a lot of money. But that, can you imagine? I mean, that was, you were really rich. Put that much money in. All right, well, I just wanted to show you, if you factor 1,000 out of both of these terms, it's the distributed property, right? You just undistribute this 1,000. Watch what happens here. Because I wasn't sure I made this real clear in class. You get 1 plus 5%. Remember, 5% is really 0.05. It's just another way of writing 5%, right? It's 5 over 100, or 0.05. And so really what we have here is 1,000 times 1. 1 plus 0.05 is 1.05. Okay, so I just wanted you to see that this is really, this is just going to be, like, if this is your original investment, T naught, this is T1, and then we could just keep multiplying by 1.05, okay? So 1,050 times 1.05, and we can see that, you know, in 1801, he has about you know, there we go. All right, and then we multiply that by 1.05 again, and we get, you know, so it's 1802, this Lewis and Clark expedition. He's already got about that much money. Okay, etc. All right, now this is one of those money problems, and so we're gonna do T naught here. Okay, we're gonna do T sub n is going to equal T naught times the common ratio raised to the n instead of the n minus 1. All right, so if he initially invested in 1799, and you know, this is the year 1800, right? Okay, so we're up over here at 2014. So let's see, how many years is that? So 2014 minus 1799. So it looks like it was 215 years ago. All right, so 215 years ago. So it's going to be T sub n or whatever, but after T sub, I guess we'll go 214. Call it that, right? 200. So the 214 years from now is going to be T, the original investment, the original principal, times the rate, which is the rate here, which is 1.05, and we're going to raise that to the 214th. That's all. So let's see how much money we'll have after 214 years. A lot. 1,000 times 1.05 raised to the 214. Oh! So it looks like we've got how much money sitting in that bank account that where there was $1,000 initially invested. 34238 124 and 19 cents. Okay, so it looks like now in that account is $34,000,000, 238,124. So $34,238,124.19 would be in that banking account if it were compounded annually at 5%. That's incredible. That's incredible. I think your book, it said something like over 11 million in 1990. You know, in 1990, so look at how much more. Just, I mean, it's getting up astronomically at this point, because that's what happens. You know, just an exponential growth. You know, but in 1990, let's see, 1990. Let's see, 9990 minus 1799. See, that would have been T sub 191. That's how old your book is, by the way. It's kind of an older book. So T sub 191 is going to equal, right, 1,000 times 1.05 to the 191. So let's just try that. Make sure we're going to get 1,000 times 1.05 raised to the 191. Look at that. Hot dog. Yep, just a little over $11 million. And look at that. So since 1990, I guess that's almost just 24 years ago. So in 24 years, you now have $34 million in that account. You can see why the banks don't really do this. You know, after a while, banks say, you know, listen, this is not the person who originally invested. There is a limit to the bank's liability, right? All right, so that's that problem. Hopefully that makes some sense. Okay.